Hello and welcome. This is going to be such fun. I'm joined by Sue Zimmerman. Sue B. Zimmerman. We can talk about that. She is uniqueness. She's such fun. I mean, I got to tell you, if you don't know Sue, then you will. So, a year ago, here's a bit of a backstory. We tell this story all the time, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Myself and Sue met at Social Media Marketing World. She got started on Instagram. I didn't have a choice. And if you don't know what I do on Instagram, follow me at Martin Sherv. I'm on Martin Sherv at Facebook and the same with Twitter. If you add me, and if you watch this and add me, and I'll add you back. Even on Facebook, I don't add it. Okay, Instagram. Sue said to me, "You should do it. You should do it." And I was like, "Yeah." I do little selfie movies, about 15 seconds long, and I'm going to explain why. I'm going to explain the business benefit of this. And I know, we are using the Google technology, and we love the Google technology. We're live streaming on YouTube right now, and yet we're going to be focusing on today Instagram and looking at business. This is really what we're going to be doing with the future of Plus Your Business. Is we're here to help people who are looking to get better results from the business, better conversions from their website, more traffic, building their personal brand. That's very much what we are about, and it's going to become increasingly about that in the future. Now, I'm going to come to Sue in a sec, but I want to let everyone know we've got something big going to happen within the next 14 days. It's going to happen prior to the Social Media Marketing World Conference. It is going to be a new pro membership. Those people who are in the academy already, levels 2, 3, or 4, or 5, are all included for a free membership until the 1st of January 2016. So we're making sure everybody is existing members over the moon. The academy, we're going to have a deal so that people can join the academy if they want. But realize the pro membership is very much about every aspect of business. I've scheduled the show. We've got future shows on so many different topics. It's not only going to be Google+, it's going to be other things as well. Because it's sometimes, I mean, this is what I'm going to talk with Sue about, there's other things that people are even, you're here, it's lovely. Thank you to Peter and to Brinkley and to Nazim and David and Roxanne. It's great, but there's also a lot that can be done elsewhere. So that's going to be coming your way very soon. Let's say hello to Sue before we come into some tips for you.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm great. So Martin, I think you need one of these. My selfie stick.
Now I want to talk. So okay, let's discuss this. You were probably one of the first people that got me doing selfies. Right?
I know,
so
and I love it.
I know you do. Last night I sat there and I went, let's write some stuff because I've been doing comedy since I've been in San Francisco. So this is all I got. Okay. Do selfies in a kind of ironic manner.
Do what?
Do Buddhists do selfies in an ironic manner? I didn't say it's hilarious. I wouldn't open with it, right?
Yeah.
Because no self. No. So anyway, that was where it started. But then, right, stick with me. Then I just went, okay, this would be the ultimate selfie. It would be me doing a selfie, eating a burger, holding a small dog, wearing a bikini. Me, not the small dog. That hashtag best selfie ever. I think that could be, if you just imagine it for a second, are you with me? I'm not going to do it, by the way. That was all I had. That was the extent of the comedy last night, by the way. I didn't even go on stage. I'm not going to open it. But welcome to Sue. Thank you. You got me started on these little 15-minute videos. Let's talk about Instagram. What is it? Why should people pay attention, take notice, and how is it going to be good for business? Let's just do a quick intro, and then we'll expand.
Yeah, so unless you're sleeping under a rock, you know what it is. Okay, so to me, it's the opportunity to really broadcast who you are 24/7 with snackable content, which is visual, and people process visual content 60,000 times faster than text. So you have the opportunity to really infiltrate someone's brain quickly. And with that said, you can easily put together a brand concept or a strategy that will ultimately attract your ideal follower. And like no other platform, and yes, I love Google+, but like no other platform, you get immediate positive reinforcement as soon as you upload a photo or in Martin's case, a 15-second video. And so I have experienced amazing success for multiple businesses that I have over the past 2 years. And so I'm on a mission to help all of you embrace Instagram for your business so that you can have success.
Good. Okay, so we're going to come into that. We're going to talk about what can be done and how you get in touch with Sue as well. Before we get there, so thanks, Sue, and we'll explain this 15-second thing as well of why and how people can use it and how you inspired me to get started. And I think that's part of what I want people to see. So if you haven't started your Instagram account yet, one of the things for watching the show, I'd like you to look at starting it. Cross-platform connections, we're going to come on to. Hold that thought. Back to Sue in a second. Travis, we're going to run through for Academy members. We've got 4, and then we've got Sue's card as well, which we're going to bring up. 4 tips for everybody, just to keep you all going. Starting with, actually, those are the shout-outs. We're not going to do the shout-outs first. We're going to do the tips first if we can. There we go. Great. Tip number 1. I like this. Not all circles are curated equal. See what I did there, Sue?
Yeah.
See what I did there? Just everybody. Yeah, I like that. Everybody be aware that adding in circles, you want to be thinking of them as contact lists. You want to make sure that you add the right people in for you. That's a level 1 tip. Okay, level 2 tip. Okay, spend time hanging out. Very simple. Level 2, make sure you're connecting with people. If you're not hanging out, then you're not getting the highest quality of connection. As soon as you start hanging out with people, it transforms the relationship, or it can do. Okay, tip number 3. Well, level 3 tip is number 3. Okay, a man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. It was like Sue, or no, it wasn't. But it was somebody like that Sue that said this once. Look at focusing. If you don't focus, then you are running around chasing your tail. Okay, level 4. Tomorrow we've got David Anland in level 4, everybody, on how to be an authority. Think about it this way. Level 4 tip, very much about getting search results, becoming an authority, give away something so valuable that people will think you are mad. You're not mad, you are patient, because you're building relationships. Level 4 tip, and then hopefully we've got Sue, and we're going to come back to Sue, which we've got Sue's card. Oh, we've actually got a level 5 tip first. Tell us about what people think and just keep doing a good job. Do you agree with that one, Sue?
Love that one.
11. That's the level 5 tip. But then what we're going to do, if Travis is there, available, Travis is doing an amazing job. And considering he didn't even feel very well today, so thank you so much, Travis. I'd like you to bring up Sue's level 5 card for everybody. And I'm just going to set this up. There she is. Okay. So what we're doing in the Academy is we're reaching out and we're connecting people who are the world authority / experts in a particular field. And we're building up the view of the person, and we're going to help, and Sue and I are going to be working on a little project as well in order to bolster search results. But Sue is the person on this planet right now that you would go to for Instagram marketing tips. True, Sue. So she is brought into the Academy at level 5 because she is the person for Instagram. So that is why she's a trendsetter, and this is what we're going to be doing increasingly, is finding the authorities, connecting with them, and helping them connect with you. So brilliant. Thank you, Sue. Let's come to Instagram marketing. Let's talk about it. Who's it for? Who's it not for? How should we approach it? And everyone's going to set up their account today if they haven't done it already.
Yeah, well, you've heard. I think you might have heard me say this before, Martin. I honestly believe that anyone in business with a pulse should be on Instagram. And you resisted when I first met you, and you're like, I don't have time for any more stuff. I'm so busy. I'm like, trust me, you look like Hugh Grant. Everyone's gonna love you. You're so adorable, especially if you do videos with your accent. How can you not fall in love with Martin, right? So there's a way to show what you do no matter what your business is, whether it's a product-based business or a service-based business. It's putting your value out there, whether it's tips. Martin just showed you 5 tips. You can make those snackable, great little graphic tips to put on Instagram. There's strategies behind everything that you do in terms of what your greatness is and how you want to position yourself differently than everyone else. Now, I have to be honest here. Very rarely, and Martin, you just said you follow everybody that follows you. Is that true?
No, what I'm saying is on Facebook, if people friend me on Facebook today, Martin Scherf, I'll follow them back. And on Instagram, most of the time, actually, on Instagram I do. On Google Plus, not always.
Okay. So for me on Instagram, I do not follow everyone back because I really want to follow accounts that give me value, that entertain me, educate me, inspire me, or visually lift me higher. And I very rarely go into an account where I go, OMG, this is amazing. It doesn't happen every day. But when it happens, I get super excited to the point where I've got to share this with my followers because this person is doing it correctly. And I think, to your point, broadcasting others and others who lift you higher and who inspire you and sharing that with your network helps elevate you as an authority and a connector simply to the fact that you're giving that person additional value. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the questions I've got on that, it keeps Sue on the main screen, Travis. People don't need to see me, right? So one of the questions I've got is it's what I found. I mean, I think the interface is lovely. I think it's very straightforward, and the videos upload well, and all of that. And we can talk about that a bit more. But resharing, is it? Can you can? What are the mechanisms of engagement you can use? You can leave a comment. You can like it, which is the heart, isn't it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, though. Yeah, is that right?
Yeah. Well, let me outline what that is so that people can understand. There's all different types of notifications on Instagram and all different ways that you can engage, and it's really important to pay attention to both of those, and you can do that in your notification button, which is the heart, my favorite, or you can do that through direct messaging. And so many people do not even know that there's a direct message feature on Instagram. It's a beautiful thing. That means that you can actually direct message one person at a time or up to 15 at a time. And it's kind of like taking your relationship one step deeper in connecting with someone. Martin, you remember when I sent you a direct message and I was asking for testimonials for my course? I sent one to you, Joel Comm, Brian Kramer, Chris Brogan, Ted Rubin, all the authorities. I messaged them on Instagram through a direct message, and immediately I heard back from yours truly, Chris Brogan, within 3 minutes of sending a direct message, because there's no noise in Instagram like there is on Facebook, and Twitter's moving so fast, and who's going into their email box as a place to just like have fun and engage. Instagram is that I'm gonna go get a coffee, I'm in line at Starbucks, let me just check my Instagram and see what's going on. And you can quickly and easily comment and engage and grow your relationships with people authentically. And I have never experienced this kind of success, meaning success of connecting with other people who give me value on a daily basis, as much as I have on Instagram. And to your point, on Instagram, it's a beautiful place to be, because when you do leave a comment on someone's post or video, it stays there forever. It doesn't get moved like it does on Twitter. So you can see who else is commenting on Martin's post when he goes and teaches Google Plus at the University in San Francisco. Like, I want to know who else is commenting, because most likely those are people that I want to connect with. They like Martin, I like Martin, they're saying great things about Martin. I might want to check out who they are and start connecting with them. So in Instagram, it's just very easy to connect with, engage with, and then start these organic, I call them organic relationships, because like you, Martin, so many relationships occur online first, and then we're able to meet these wonderful people in person, or get on a Google Hangout, like Martin said, as the second tip. And I so agree with that. Even though I'm not on Google Plus all the time, when I do get on there, I try to get on Hangouts, and I definitely love talking to Martin on a Hangout because it solidifies that relationship and connection. And you can do that on Instagram.
Great, you've got loads of bits there. Awesome, Sue. So thank you. Donna, I don't know how you got the link. You're more than welcome, but I must have put the link somewhere. That must have been to the Hangout. So if anyone else comes, we'll see what happens. Sue.
Yes.
Let's talk about that cross-platform connection and about there not being the noise. I think that that's something, I talk about that on Google Plus all the time, is you can break through the noise. If you know, you post one, you comment, you share, you build the relationship in that way, and then people are warm to when you approach them. So on Instagram, it is interesting. So there's a direct message function, and I can see that working well. But what etiquette would you have for? Is there a method? Should you be liking the person's post for a while? You should be following them, commenting on them, and then you get in touch and say, "Hey, what do you do? What's the etiquette for Instagram?"
Yeah, I really do like that question because occasionally people send me direct messages, and I'm like, I don't even know you, and you're putting me in a direct message, and most likely they're selling something. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm not interested in buying anything from you. I don't even know you. Don't you dare put me in a direct message. I use direct messaging in many different ways. In fact, Martin, when I did the virtual summit with Social Media Marketing World, that was my whole presentation, was how to use direct messaging on Instagram. And just so that the listeners can get some great value here, I'm going to tell you that when you get followers on Instagram, a system that you could easily put into place is to keep a spreadsheet of those new followers. And at the end of your day, maybe you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new followers. I get between 25 and 50 a day, and so we have a system in place on how to connect with them. And you can simply send them, and this is what I do. I send a 15-second video, and I say, thank you so much for following me here on my personal account, at Subi Zimmerman. Come on over to my featured account, at The Instagram Expert, where I share tips, tools, and strategies on how to anchor your brand on Instagram. So my goal is to take them off my personal account and bring them to my featured account, The Instagram Expert, because that's where I really build a hardcore Instagram community. And you said something else that I just wanted to build on, which is giving insane value in your opt-in on Instagram, because you have one live link. Make it a good one. If you're taking somebody somewhere, right now on my Instagram accounts, I have my strategy guide, which took us hours and hours and hours to create. In fact, a lot of people say they would have paid money for it. And that's how you build trust, likability, and that's how you get other people to be your buzz agents and start amplifying who you are and what you do because it's so good. And on Instagram, you can tag people at any time. So back to the notifications. You get a notification every single time you get tagged, and you have to admit, it's kind of exciting when you get a tag on Instagram. The orange numbers pop up, and you get the heart and the number of the person that commented and the like. It's different. It's a different feeling than any other platform when you get engagement. It's like orange. I don't know, maybe because it's high energy, but you get that notification and you absolutely want to know why somebody tagged you. You do not ignore it on Instagram. And if anyone's listening on this call, and I want you to chime in and tell me, do you ever ignore an Instagram notification, or do you always go see what that is? So I think on Instagram you've got this amazing opportunity to be tagging, in addition to be direct messaging, people that you align with and want to get their eyes on the content that you're sharing. So with the tagging, you can tag up to 20 people on one photo. Okay, so this is a little advanced, but I'm going to just share it here because I love you guys. When you tag people on a photo, and like I just said, they will absolutely come over and see that tag. If you tag people who you believe would appreciate being tagged, that is A-okay. To answer Martin's question, the etiquette is, don't you dare spam somebody or try to get them over there because it's self-serving. It has to be from this point of, I want to give value to you. That should always be your first priority in business, period.
And so much of what you're talking about is connecting people as well, isn't it? You're bringing people to one place. Because if you tag more than one person, then you're actually creating like a little micro community around a post for a period of time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, we're going to come on to that 15 seconds thing, which I keep telling people we are going to talk about, and I have a policy. You don't know the policy, so I'm going to tell everyone in a sec. Travis, we're going to come to shout-outs. Shout-outs of the week. That's the theme for this one. I'll sing it next time properly. Okay, we're going to come to shout-outs. Shout-outs for Academy members. Starting with, drum roll, level 1. Travis is looking. It may happen. Have I moved too quickly? Have I frozen the screen? It's the awesomeness of Sue. There we go. Okay, that's not the first one. That isn't the first one, but that's the second one. So we have Michael Shane David, who goes by the name of Shane. He's actually a cadet in level 2, but he's almost finished in level 2. So that's the level 2 shout out. We might come back to the level 1.
I'm sorry, these may be in the wrong order.
They may be in the wrong order. It doesn't matter. There we go. Jump into level 4. Monica Schmidt is a pace setter cadet. So if everybody would like to tag, if you'd like to tag Michael Shane and like to tag Monica on the event thread as well, tagging, see, bringing people into the conversation, letting them know they've had a shout out. And it's going to be great working with Monica on the authority work that we're doing in level 4. Neil Butler. Neil, you were top of mind this week because you were reaching out to people in the community and getting an apps thing sorted. So connecting you on the thread as well if people would like to tag Neil. And thanks to Greg for stepping in and helping on that one. And then Steve is still a cadet as well in level 3. So what can I say about Steve? He is building a page. If everybody would like to tag the page he's building around the subject of meditation, as well as him on the event thread, he's coming towards the end of level 3, and he's running a special event for everybody in level 3 tomorrow. So if you're in the academy, you've got all of that to look forward to. And just so everyone knows, we're going to have a super, very inclusive deal for people that would like to get involved and maybe haven't been able to so far. Coming next week, maybe the week after. Soon. Wonderful. Now, back to Sue. I want to talk about this 15 seconds. Do you know what I've been doing? I've got a policy, like personal policy. I try and do one take and not try and make it perfect. I just go, this is whatever it is. And I like that because it's about being natural as opposed to I'm going to do my hair and I don't do makeup. But you know what I mean? I don't, it doesn't matter. And the people get me in the strange, you said about, you know, in Starbucks, they get me in the strangest of moments in a way.
That's so Gary V of you. Seriously, I love it. That's exactly what he says. One take, just do it.
Yeah, but sometimes the last one, for instance, cut off halfway through as I realised the seconds were counting down because you only get 15 seconds. But Stu told me something very cool, and I haven't done this really. You don't have to do 15 seconds all in one go. You can do 15 seconds like this, can't you, Sid?
Stop and go, you got it.
Stop and go, and that makes a tremendous difference. So if you're looking at a point of difference between what you can do on Google Plus, for instance, and what you can do on Instagram, it gives a different feel. Cross-platform connections give people a different impression. They give an expanse of you as a person. And I think there's a degree of freedom that kind of, it just means you're not, for instance, if I do a YouTube video, they're likely to be like 5 minutes long if I do a point to camera and I'll ramble and I'll blah, blah, blah. Whereas I've only got 15 seconds, I've got to make the most of it. So it's a different view. If you go to my Instagram account, which is Martin Sherv, I'll follow you back if you follow me. Have a look, because Sue was the person that got me started, and I enjoy it. I don't do it every day, but I enjoy it when I do it, and people seem to appreciate it. And it's very often the same people as here, there, but we build a slightly different relationship.
Right. Can I add to that, Martin? I want to say something to that point, which I think is really important for everyone who's on the call right now. You know, Instagram is essentially your digital scrapbook. It's like me opening up my photo album to all of you and showing you what I'm passionate about with my work, my values, with my family, certain places I travel, what I do some days. I mean, it's literally me documenting what's important to me. And so you can be somewhat vulnerable when you do that, especially when no one likes it or comments on it. So you might feel like this isn't working. But then one day you might wake up and you might post that picture of you sitting with the dog, with the cat, with the sunset on the beach, with your Rubik's Cube. And
that's that ideal selfie, wearing a bikini with a dog. Exactly, that's it. That's pretty much it. You've just described it. Yeah,
I know I did. And you might get a hashtag shit ton of engagement and say, OMG, this is what people really like to see. And you don't know until you try it. And so try it, because you can always delete it if you don't like it, or if it doesn't align with who you've become as you've progressed in your business. My Suvi Zimmerman account on Instagram, all of you that are listening, I would love for you to go over there and let me know you're on listening to this call, so I know who's here. Like Martin said, like, you know, just that cross-promotion, cross-platform promotion is so important, because you know that you're attracting the same person in different areas, and sometimes it's different, and that's fine also. But I always say, come on over and follow me there. But if you really want to up your game with Instagram, it's the Instagram expert account, because that is hyper-focused content in the space of Instagram. So if you don't have time to be playing around on Instagram and scrolling through everyone's feed that's coming in your news feed, get really specific of your intentions there and the value you want to have delivered. But I will tell you this, when you get to know someone better, like Martin, I every time I watch one of these videos of him, I know a little bit more about Martin. So I feel like when we are going to be together in person this month at Social Media Marketing World, we'll have even more laughs and things to talk about, because I know his video style now and his hair and like just how he rolls with it, and it just solidifies the relationship that we have. So I just want you to think about Instagram as an opportunity to really get to know someone in their business, in their brand, and what makes them authentically them. You know, that's what it is. I mean, that's the magic of it, is really the authenticity aspect of it.
It is, and fantastic. We're going to move into the last 2 minutes. Sue, also, everyone can find Sue at the Instagram expert on Instagram. She's on Google+. We'll make sure somebody tags you on, we'll follow you on here. And talking about my ridiculousness, this is what's caught my eye this week. Travis, you know where we're going? We've got to talk about it. We've got to bring it up. It's too good. Now, Instagram, we've got to talk about the flying weasel on the back of the woodpecker, because the world has gone wild.
I saw that.
I can be vaguely amusing on Instagram, and sometimes, although I did put this out, which then I found online, Travis, come to the next image, you've got to love it. You've got to love the ridiculousness of it in a way, as the internet decided to meme up the weasel woodpecker experience. The point of it is, for you, everyone's used to me doing Google Products and Services, business, marketing. You go to Instagram and you get a bit more funny, kind of there. But you get it in a very different sort of vertical. And it's things that I don't tend to put onto Facebook as well. I tend to be focused on Instagram. And I like it. When Chris Brogan likes those posts and other people, I'm like, yeah, and you feel it. And you feel it in a different space. Right. And it's not about the numbers, it's about the relationships. So I think that, Sue, thank you for getting me into Instagram. I think from a brand building point of view, it's lovely to have the brand. I also think that you've got a lot more for people, and they can check it out on the Instagram expert, that show people, in the same way as we do with Google+, show people how to use it for marketing and building their business. Which is
absolutely.
What people want to be doing. Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to bring out my sign.
Bring out your sign. We're in the last, so Insta-Awesome, last minute, just tool of the week, very quick, Travis. And then we'll come back to Sue with the Insta-Awesome. Tool of the week is Friends Plus Me, everybody. If you don't use Friends Plus Me, it's a great tool for distributing your Google Plus posts across other platforms. Please tag Friends Plus Me in the comments, and it's a superb tool. And now the great developer, and always appreciate his interactions. Wonderful. Sue, bring up the sign again. Bring up the sign.
Yeah, I'm going to challenge everybody. I got to give a challenge. You know me. Okay, here's the challenge. I want to see your selfie. I want you to tag it, hashtag Sue B made me do it. I want to see a picture of you, not me, but if you want to take a picture of me, you can. And I want to see it on Instagram or even here on Google Plus.
There we go. We can post those.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the challenge. Let's get everybody started on Instagram. Let's reach out. We're building the relationships here. Let's build them cross-platform. Thank you to Sue. Super awesome. Thank you to Travis. You are a trooper, sir, and great show. And we're going to wrap up. Thanks to everybody for watching. To Matthew, to Charlotte, to Bullion, to Mary, to Nazim, to Sheila, to Roxanne, to Karen, and keep scrolling down to Dave, and to Laurie, and to Coach, and as we probably fade out, to Johan. Thank you all. See you next week for another super show. Take care. See you soon. Bye.
You know me, I could.
We may. Travis is working on the fade out. It could have just. It almost got to the end of.
I fumbled. Here we go.
We're still live, you guys.
We're still live.
Bye now. Where'd it go? Oh, no bumper today. Sorry.
You got the music, everybody. So it's all good. I'll see you soon. You know where we are.